Jimmy Baird Show here on News Radio 1140 WRVA. Congress considering again whether or not they should extend unemployment benefits for 1.3 million Americans. Democrats certainly want that to happen. Republicans seem willing to go along with it as long as they can balance the billions of dollars it will cost by cutting somewhere else, and the Democrats don't seem willing to do it. Do we need to find a way to do this, though? What are the ramifications if we don't? The author of Are You Stupid?, which examines how a compassionate capitalist nation tries to balance itself against a bloated government, joins us, Dr. Mihai Nadin. Dr. Nadin, what do you think? Should we extend unemployment benefits for those 1.3 million Americans?
This is not a yes or no question. This is a question that has to do with the fundamental question that we're avoiding for a long time, which is the question of there is going to be less labor in general. If we only continue to kick the can down the road, we're going to find out that after these 3 months, we will have to extend and extend and extend because the labor opportunities are not increasing because we're not addressing the issue of labor opportunities.
All right, so the bottom line here is that we're not going to create enough jobs to take care of the unemployed, so how long are you going to continue to give them unemployment benefits, right?
That's absolutely correct.
I would think the other consideration here, though, Dr. Nadin, at the other end, is what happens when you start cutting off millions of Americans from what little money that they do have coming in? What else does that do to the economy?
It's doing something to our economy, but it's doing something to those who will really take advantage of the fact that we are going to take $6.5 billion again from the public in order to bribe the public before the next election. The issue is not so much to address the pain of those who are unemployed for a very long time. The issue is, can you gain something for the next election? That's what the issue became in the meanwhile. And we cannot simply close our eyes and say it's only about the pain of those who are unemployed. If that would be the case, then why don't we do the right thing, such as why don't we give companies, not the government, companies, the money to do some job training so that those who are unemployed can be employed, instead of simply handing out the money and say, we're going to save you for another 3 months, and after that, goodbye. You are on your own.
Or here's another idea, Dr. Nadin. What do you think of this? Why don't we go ahead and give companies big tax incentives, right from the American family farmer right on up to corporations to hire people?
I'm absolutely in favor of that. Every time we're going to address an issue honestly, we're going to address the issue of empowering those who are affected and not making them more dependent. Such measures are going to make people more dependent, and dependency always creates more stupidity.
Don't you think the government knows that? Isn't that part of the problem? The government likes dependent people.
Government lives from this dependency.
Right. So a lot of people get reelected is by that type of dependency.
Absolutely. This is the vicious cycle in which we are bribing the public with the public's money. Actually, we're bribing the money with the money that we're borrowing from the Chinese so that the Chinese can export more products to us, instead of empowering ourselves in order to get out of the cycle of dependence in which the country itself is at this moment, unfortunately, engaged.
Yeah. Well, you know the answer, and I know the answer, and a lot of conservatives know the answer, but there are a lot of people in government that, even if they know that's the right answer, aren't willing to go along with it. Dr. Nadin, good to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
The author of Are You Stupid? That is Dr. Mihai Nadin.